Oh my God, there are tons of coins in here. Hello everybody, Silver Picker here, and in today's video we are going to be opening up this package from Andrew, an extremely generous viewer of mine. Now, how do I know he's generous? Well, I accidentally opened the package already, thinking it was something else. But you guys don't know what's inside, so let's open it up together, see what it is, and enjoy it together. Come on, the reality is of course you know what's inside. You read the title of this video. You wouldn't have clicked on it otherwise. So why don't we all save ourselves a little bit of trouble, save ourselves a little bit of time, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up if you haven't already, and put a comment down below thanking Andrew for his generosity so we can all enjoy this Canadian typeset together. Let's go. All right, so here we have the package from Andrew, and I did open it, but I didn't actually take it out. So this is the first I'm seeing it as well. And here we go. Check it out. Whoa, hello. Canada Typeset Collection, 1858 to 1952, but it looks like he included a coin in there. It's falling out, but let's check that out. All right, this looks like a Canada large cent. Look at that. We've got, I think that's King George on there. Excuse me, King Edward VII. And this is a 1909 1 cent. Wow, very cool. Thank you. Do you think he included more? Holy moly. Oh my God, there are coins up the wazoo. Okay, so this is a used album. Definitely seen some love, seen some better days. I am totally cool with that because these are hard to find in any condition, and the fact that he sent me this as a gift is beyond generous. But no, that's generous. Beyond generous is the fact that there are oh my God, there are tons of coins in here. Holy cow. Okay, this is just, I'm speechless. Oh my, what the heck? What is this? Let's see what this is. And it says Bank of Upper Canada, 1852, 1 cent. Holy cow. Holy cow. First off, that is a beautiful image. That's what's on the gold sovereign from the UK. Same image, it's King George, I think slaying a dragon. And then look at all this. Nickels. Holy cow. There's silver in here. This is insane. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of repair on this, which is fine. I've done that on albums before. My Philippines typeset album, as you know, I did that on. If you missed that video, you can check it out in the card right over here. But holy moly. 1858 to 1952 Canada typeset. And again, I still would love to try and find the Dansko album, but for now, this is a great way to kick off my Canada typeset. Holy cow. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to open this up and just take some stock of what we have, because over here are all the coins that I've been collecting for my soon-to-be Canada typeset. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see what we have in here, see what he included as a gift, and then we're gonna pad it out with all of these beauties. And if there are any that he has in here already, but I have in better condition, we're gonna swap them out. So let's do that. I'm gonna take these out also so we can see them all individually up close and personal. So let's go one by one. Let's go section by section and go through this. All right, so these are a little bit crusty, and I am going to clean these bad boys up. And then, like I said, we're gonna go section by section. We're gonna see what we have in here, look at each coin individually, really enjoy the process, and then we'll see what we've got in this bank over here to see what we can put in and what we can upgrade. So let's get to it. All right, so these are the 3 coins that I pulled out of the album. I cleaned off the slides, and let's take a look. Now, some of these we're going to keep, and some are going to be exchanged for ones in better condition. So here, the first one we have is this beautiful Victorian cent, and this one is from 1896, and you can see it's kind of rubbed out over there, so we are actually going to replace it with this guy over here. This one, I don't even remember where I picked it up anymore, but you can see that it has much more clear detail. This one's from 1893, so let's pop this bad boy out and give it its new home. Yeah, this video might be a little bit long, but it's gonna be worth it. You're gonna see Canada through its numismatic history. Look at that, beautiful. Really, really beautiful. So that one, because this is in 1893, is going to go right over here. Now, everybody yelled at me last time for not wearing gloves, so I am going to capitulate to your demands, and I am going to press it in ever so gently, and there we go. But guess what? We're missing the 1858 to 1859 Victoria. But because, as you all saw in that wonderfully generous grab bag that Bruce, my patron, sent me, he has one of these, not in super great shape, but it is nonetheless in 1859. So it's the same design. You can see right there. Same design. It's got the date that we're looking for, 1859. It's pretty beat up, but thank you, Bruce. Anyone who wants to learn more about Canadian numismatics should check out his YouTube channel. I'll put it in the card right over here. Bam, number 2. Next up, we've got Edward VII, 1902 to 1910, and that was indeed included in here as well. Check that out. This one is from 1909. And this one is indeed much, much nicer than the ones that I have in my own collection. So we're going to put this one right back in here from whence it came. And George V, 1911 is one we are still going to be searching for because I do not have it. But the George V from 1913 that was included, while it is very, very nice, and I certainly do appreciate it, I do have a really spectacular one that I've been saving for this project, and look at that. It's still got its beautiful luster, that beautiful copper color, and this one is from 1917. Let's crack it out of its cage. Let's free it. Again, being careful of the staples. Look at that beauty. That is in spectacular condition. That might be one of the best conditioned coins they're going to see all day. Check that out. Can you believe that? 1917, over 100 years old, still in spectacular condition like that. And here we go, putting it right into the album. And now, with our newly cleaned sheet, look at that, crystal clear, we are going to encapsulate everything, protect it all, and bam, just like that, we finished our first section. We now are just missing that 1911 George V large cent. All right, on to small cents. Let's try and pick up the pace a little bit. I know that I focused a lot on that first section, but come on, I'm really enjoying myself here. All right, and these are the 3 that I recovered from the small cent section. We've got a George V, a George VI, and another George VI. And these 2 we're gonna keep in the album, but this one we are going to swap out. So let's start with the earliest date. So this is the one that was recovered from the album. It's nice, it's certainly nice. It is a 1920, so it is a first year of issue for the small cents. But take a look at what I'm replacing it with. I'm not replacing it with a first year of issue, but we've got ourselves a 1933 with beautiful mint luster. Check that out. How nice is that? Beautiful. So we're gonna put that right in there. First coin placed, and then we are just going to place these other 2 that we already had that were part of this beautiful gift. This is a 1939. I'm sure I'll be able to replace this pretty soon. And over here, a 1948. Again, these you're all familiar with. We don't have to focus too much on those. But we did finish off the entire small cent series just like that. So that is a big check mark. There is no 1858 to 1901 in here, and I don't have a replacement. So we're gonna start with the Edward VII, 1902 to 1910 5-cent silver. Now, if you're wondering, of course, why these are called 5-cent silvers instead of nickels, well, before they made these coins out of nickel, just like in the United States, they made them out of silver. So there was no reason to call them nickels. So they were just called 5-cent silvers in Canada or half dimes in the US. 1908, really, really nice coin. Really, really nice. All right, let's pop that bad boy in there. Next up is the 1911, and this is King George V. They are so teeny tiny. It's a little hard to see. 1911, 5 cents Canada. You can see here we've got King George. And we're going to pop that right in. 1911, 1 year of issue. Now, these are the two that came with the set, but I do have a King George V, 1912 to 1921, right over here. Check that out. It's in 1919. Again, can't remember where I got this. I'm sure it was in a grab bag or something. But let's check this bad boy out. Really, really nice obverse. Pretty good condition. And a spectacular reverse condition. Check that out. Really, really nice. And we're building the set. That is so awesome. I cannot believe how far we've gotten. Mostly thanks to our wonderful benefactor who sent me this album. But check it out. We've already completed the first page. Well, obviously not completed, but we're missing the George V from 1911. We've got all the small cents, and we're just missing the Victoria 1858 to 1901 for the 5-cent silver. Almost completed the entire first page. Really cool. Let's do the same thing on page 2. So we've got 5-cent nickels, and then we've got 10 cents and 20-cent coins. All right, I'm gonna open this up, clean these out, and we'll be right back with you. Now, for this set of the nickels, the 5-cent nickels, most of these are coming directly from Andrew, who is our benefactor for this album. I don't really have much to replace it with. So this is the King George V, the first of the series, and this is from 1929. Really like this design. Put that right in there. Next, King George VI. This is the one that we all know and love from 1938. Got the beaver on there. This is a classic. Everybody and their mother has one of these, but nonetheless, it is a necessary part of any balanced Canadian typeset. Now we've got the Tomback nickel, which is a special alloy of metal that was used during the war years. You can see it has that sort of flat-edged shape. This one is in kind of ragged shape, and I do have another one. It's not in much better shape because it's actually a little bit more scuzzy on the obverse, but the reverse is so much nicer that I am actually going to swap that out. This one again is also from my patron Bruce, so we're going to do that one and only swap for the nickels. Then we've got this gorgeous, this one's really in spectacular shape. This is a 1945. You can see that, it's got the V. It is the steel cent, the steel nickel. And the 1943 is the only one that we are missing. Now, onwards, we've got the 1946. We've got the 1948 to 1950. And ours, of course, is the 1947. 1947? What? That one is actually incorrect. It should not be in there. So I guess that was a mistake. So I guess we're missing that. That will go out. But let's see, which one do we actually want in there? Actually, this one's a little bit nicer. So we are going to do a little switcheroo. We are now going to get rid of this 1946 over here, and this 1947 will go in its place and live happily ever after. So we're going to skip the 48 to 50. Maybe I have one of those, and I will find it eventually. But for now, we're going to put the King George commemorative. You can see there. Anybody who wants to tell me what this is actually commemorating, what that building is, I'd be curious to find out. And we will put that right in there. Perfect. And last but not least, we've got the 1951-1952 steel nickel. Now that is an oxymoron, isn't it? A steel nickel. But we are going to put it in nonetheless, and that is that for the nickels. How about that? We're only missing two, the George VI from 1943 and the George VI from 1948 to 1950. Nice. Now let us go on to dimes, which there were none in this set, so we are going to go to town from my collection over here. So I was looking through my collection over here, and I realized that I do have a bunch of dimes, but they're all too new. This one's from 1967, all sorts of stuff, but they just don't fit the bill. However, I did have two that are going to go into the album. We've got a 1913 and a 1951. So we're going to put those in right now, and that'll show us that we've got a lot of work to do on the dime section. So let's start with the 1913. Crack this bad boy open. Always be careful of the staples. Never want to scratch the coin on the way out. All right, so not too great shape, but I'm glad I had it because now it is going into the set, 1913. So let's find it. We've got the King George the Fifth, 1912 to 1936, so that fits right over here. Put that in there. And then we've got this, which is a spectacular example. One of the best examples I have, period, in this set. It's a 1951, and it is uncirculated, and this is, of course, a George VI, and we're going to pop it right out. Man, I almost feel bad taking it out of this old school 2x2, but hey, collections evolve. They change hands, and they evolve. All right, so that is a 1951, which means that we're going to put it right in here. Man, that is a juicy coin. That is a juicy, juicy coin. Hell yeah. And we don't have a 20-cent piece. Those are pretty rare, just like in the United States type set. So we're going to cover this back up and take a look at what we've done. So we've got most of the 5-cent nickels. We're just missing these two. But we are missing 4 out of the 6 10-cent coins, so I'll be working towards those. I'll be trading for them. I'll be keeping my eyes peeled when I buy big collections, and hopefully I'll get to fill these out. And of course, you guys will be brought along for the ride. All right, next page. We're getting up to the heavy hitters. We've already got the 25 cents and the half dollars, and the next page will be the dollar coins. So right here, we can see we just have this one. And of course, we're gonna have to clean these bad boys. Okay, so first things first, I pulled this out of the collection, and while I definitely appreciate Andrew including this, this is not actually what goes in that spot. This is a 1967, which I already knew, and I was kind of puzzled by it when I first saw it. And this album, of course, does not go all the way up to 1967, which is one of the reasons why I really would like to get a more updated album so that I can include this beautiful coin. But for now, this will have to go on the side. I will hold on to it for safekeeping, but it is not what is going to go in here. We do have, however, 2 pieces that we will be filling in. This one's kind of cruddy. It's a 1912 King George the Fifth. And we're going to crack that open. And since it is a 1912, watch the staples, we're going to put it right over here. This will definitely be replaced someday because that is hideous. That is really, I mean, look at that. That is cruddy. But hey, it is better than a blank. It beats a blank, literally. This one, however, is beautiful. And you can see here that it is in uncirculated condition. Man, that is nice. So let's crack this bad boy open. This one's a real nice one. And we are going to put that right in where it belongs in the 1948 to 1952 section, for this is a 1951. Goes right in, and we'll slide the beautifully cleaned cover right over it, and ba-bam. We've got 2 out of the 6. Now we just need these ones, and we're all set. Now, we've got a whole bunch of stuff for the half-dollar section. First off, this was included, and this is a Victorian 1899 50-cent piece. Now, technically, I don't think this belongs, but I would love for an expert, maybe Bruce, if you can comment down below, or any other expert, because this says Newfoundland. So this looks like it is not actually, you know, quote-unquote Canadian, but rather specifically from the Newfoundland province. So I don't know if that actually belongs. For now, I am going to put it in because it is still Victoria, and it does match the dates, so I am going to put that in. But the reason why I'm sort of hesitant to some degree is because, remember I said that I don't have the 20-cent piece? Well, I do have a 20-cent piece. See here, it says 20 cents, 1904, but you can see on the top it says Newfoundland. So just like that, this is a Newfoundland 20-cent piece. And this is, of course, a King Edward VII. But here it says Victoria, and it's from 1858. So it's not really the same coin. So that's why I'm not going to include it. But this has the right monarch, and it is the right year. So I am actually going to include this. And I am curious to know what you guys think. Does it belong or does it not belong? But continuing, Bruce did give me a 1910 50-cent piece, and that definitely fits in here. Don't want that quarter right now, so let's put that back. And that is a really nice coin. Look at that. Really, really nice coin. 50 cents, 1910. So that is going to go right over here. Man, we are really filling these bad boys up. So the 1911 King George V we don't have. I also don't have a King George V 1912 to 1936. But I do have a King George VI, and this one is from 1945. All right, so this King George VI from 1945, look at that, in excellent, excellent condition. I'm not a huge fan of this reverse. It's a little too busy for my taste, but it is a spectacular coin, and I am glad to have it in the old typeset. All right, so let's put her in there. And now, very, very similar coin. We have the 1949, and it's just a slightly different obverse. Maybe the reverse is different too, but because it's so busy, I can't tell. But it is a slightly different obverse with slightly different wording. So that goes in, and it seals off the end of our half-dollar coins. So we did really well on the half-dollars over here. Really, really well. As you can see, we're only missing 2. So we've got 4 out of the 6. That is fantastic. This one might have a little bit of an asterisk. We may not actually end up keeping that in there, but I would love for any of you experts or any of you non-experts to weigh in on your opinion about whether it fits or not. So, not bad looking page, not a bad looking page. And we move on to the last page, the heavy hitters, the silver dollars. Let's check it out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the big show. We have arrived at the Canadian Typeset Collection dollars section, and there are $6. Now, just like on the previous page, we have a coin that was in there that is not fitting of the collection, though it's a really nice coin. And Andrew, thank you so much for your generosity. Unfortunately, this album does not include any of the Queen Elizabeth II coins, and this one is a spectacularly beautiful one, but it does not fit in the album, so we will not be putting it there. But I do have 2 coins that are going to be going in there, and then maybe a couple more. But let's start with the one that was already in there. This is the 1935, and this is the Canadian silver dollar. This is the 1935 Canadian silver dollar that was already in there. It's the King George V. It says commemorative. I'm not 100% sure why it's a commemorative, but it does say 1935 commemorative, so we will put that in there. Unless it's saying that there is another coin from 1935 that is a silver dollar that is a commemorative, but that would be strange that it wouldn't have the standard one. So we are going to leave that one in there. Then, from my own collection, I have this bad boy over here, which is the 1951, and that will go right over here in the King George VI spot. So again, you know the drill. Pop this bad boy open. Really nice. Really, really nice example. Very, very lustrous. Check that out. I really love these canoe dollars. I think they are spectacularly gorgeous. Some of the best dollar-sized coins out there, really. Absolutely gorgeous. Or gorgeous, should I say. If you like that, give me a like. If you didn't like that, give me a pity like. So hit that like button. Either way, guys. Either way. And if you're not yet subscribed, hit that big old red subscribe button. And maybe even the little bell next to it so you never miss a beat. But here we go. Thanks to our friend Bruce over here, we have 2 coins from that previous video. Wabam! We have both of these commemorative coins. So first off, let's start with the Parliament dollar. Check that out. I don't actually love this design. I really don't. But it is a spectacular silver coin. It is a chunky monkey, and it does belong right in here. So I'm going to put it right in there, and that is its new home. But one of my favorite coins, one of my absolute favorite coins in this entire album is this Newfoundland commemorative coin from 1949. And that is because it has this incredible nautical theme, this beautiful ship, gorgeous coin. That is a spectacular, iconic coin from 1949 that I am super proud to have in my collection. Now, I have been putting in all of the coins obverse up and having the reverse on the other side. But because all of these really look the same, I'm wondering, do you think I should do it the opposite? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, because I might be willing to swap these around so that you see it says Parliament, it says Newfoundland, right? So seeing the other side, I think on the front of the page, seeing the reverse of the coin on the front of the page might be a nice little benefit, because otherwise you see it only on the back. But check that out. We did incredible on this page. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're only missing these two, the George V from 36 and the George VI from 37 to 47. So how about that? I think we did incredibly well on this Canadian Typeset album. First off, a massive thank you to Andrew. So whether you've put a comment in the comment section below or not, I would definitely appreciate it if you'd say thank you, Andrew, just for his generosity of sharing this album with me and allowing me to share this beautiful collection with all of you. So as we sign off, let's just take one last look through this beautiful album, take a little last peek at some of these coins. Holy mackerel. Really, really nice. We've got so much done, but yet there is still plenty more for me to go on this typeset journey. You guys know how much I love typesets. I have so many other typesets that I'm working on, obviously my US typeset being the main one. You can check out my progress on some of these typesets in the card above, and I highly recommend that if you guys are interested in getting into collecting coins, typesets are the way to go. I have so many videos about why I think that way, but you can't go wrong. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Let me know, because I am happy to answer them, because I am passionate about this type of collecting, and I want to encourage as many people as possible to join me on this great adventure of a hobby. So anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I've got a lot more awesome stuff coming down the pike. Stay tuned as I continue to work on this collection, but until then, Silverpicker out. A huge, huge thank you to all of my wonderful patrons. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're watching right now and are not yet a patron but would love to support my channel, I would really appreciate it. In any case, I really can't wait to meet you all in the Discord.